Welcome back to SLR Studies and I am Leather, and today we are going to discuss about some we are going to revise the theory of consumer behavior, small topics, and also the first lesson, introduction of the economic small topics in junior intermediate. So let's start our session. So friends, first topic we are going to discuss about utility. So what is utility? So the capacity of maximization of the wants of human wants is called as a utility. So utility means it is for the first time Mr. Bentham has discovered it to the human thoughts, and after that called as Jevons named an economist, has brought the concept of utility to the to the economic thoughts. First one is the first person who was brought was Bentham. He has brought the concept of utility to the human thoughts in the year 1871, and he has brought utility concept to the economic thoughts in the year 1892. Okay. So like this, the concept of utility was for the first time brought by the Bentham and Jevons. And after this, the utility means want satisfying capacity of a commodity. So the utility is a subjective concept, and it can be only judged by the consumer. Any other else person cannot judge the utility of a good. Here in this concept of utility, we will take the utility as a cardinal concept. Cardinal concept of utility. So what is the meaning of this word called cardinal? Cardinal means the utility can be measured in terms of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So these are all called as cardinal numbers of utility, up to unlimited, any number you choose. So how utility is described means, if suppose I have eaten an apple, it gave me 30 utils. Like this, we will describe the utility in cardinal concept like 30 utils or 40 utils or 1 util or 2 utils or 3 utils, etc. so on. So this is about the concept of utility and cardinal concept of utility and cardinal measurement. And there are two approaches under the utility concept. First one is a cardinal concept of utility. Second one is ordinal concept of utility. So what is this word ordinal means? Actually, the cardinal concept of utility was first time introduced by the Professor Alfred Marshall. So for the first time, the concept of cardinal utility was brought into the practice. Here the Bentham has introduced the concept of utility. The cardinal concept of utility was popularized by the Alfred Marshall and his followers. Okay, so this ordinal concept of utility is purely opposite for the cardinal. So ordinal is opposite for cardinal. What is this means? So we have discussed that cardinal measurement of utility means the measurement of utility in terms of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Right? So but here in this cardinal concept of utility, it states that we cannot it is purely imaginary, right? So it is not reality. Actually the utility concept is whole of the utility concept is only imagination of the economists, but in real life there is no there is no such as 1 util, 2 utils like this. So utility concept, the units of utility was utils. Okay, utils. So utils is the unit of utility. So this ordinal utility states that the utility cannot be measured in terms of numbers, but it can be measured in terms of ranks, first, second, or third, or fourth, or fifth, to unlimited. So here the cardinal concept of utility states that the utility can be measured in terms of numbers, but here the ordinal utility states that the utility cannot be measured in terms of numbers, but it can be ranked or it can be arranged in a serial order such that it can be ranked line by line. Okay, so this is the ordinal concept of utility and cardinal concept of utility. There are the two subtopics of utility. Okay, this is about utility. So friends, now we are going to discuss about exchange value. So what is exchange value means? So actually in exchange value has two types: value in use and value in exchange. Value in use and value in exchange. So what is meant by this value in use and value in exchange means? So the first one, value in exchange. For example, take water as an example. Water. Or we use water in our daily lives or not? We will use water, right? In how much of amounts? In plenty much of amounts. So here water will be used in plenty much of amounts. But take an example of diamonds. So actually, or we need diamonds for living, but we want water for living, and every human needs water for living or water for surviving in this earth. But we don't need diamonds for surviving, right? But water has no cost; it will available for free. But these diamonds are very costly, like 10 lakhs or crores, or how much we cannot measure it. So like this. So the value in use explains about how much we use the quantity or the amount of a commodity. So water is a commodity here, and also diamond is a commodity. But in our real life, the water is so much needed for surviving, but the diamond is not much needed, or it's not needed actually for surviving, right? But the water has a greater value in use, but it do not have value in exchange. So here, but actually the water do not have value in exchange. I think by this time you have understood what is the value in use and what is the value in exchange, right? So the value in use means if any good having value in use, it is if all the economic goods have both value in use and value in exchange. Economic goods. Note this point. Every economic good has both value in use and value in exchange, but all the free goods have only value in use, but they do not have value in exchange. So what are the examples of free goods? Not only water, like air. It is very useful. We want air to survive, right? So air is the main one to survive. If there is no air, there are no humans, right? So these are examples of water, air, sunlight. All these are examples of free goods. But the economic goods have both value in use and value in exchange, but all the free goods have only value in use. So this is about the exchange value of commodities. So what is the meaning of price? So price means, if for suppose take any commodity, so the value of which the commodity is exchanged for something, that is actually all the commodities, all the economic goods are exchanged for what? Money. So if any commodity is exchanged for something, that is actually money. So any commodity is exchanged for something, then it has some value in exchange, and that value in exchange is called its price. For example, take a pen. If the pen is exchanged for ₹3, then what is the price of the pen? That is ₹3. So this is about price. So friends, this is the price, and the next one we are going to discuss about. So the fourth topic is capital goods. So what are capital goods? I think already we have discussed this capital goods. What are capital goods means? The capital goods, the goods which are used for the producing of other goods. Goods which are used for producing of consumer goods. Other goods means consumer goods directly. So what are consumer goods? Like milk packets, breads, vegetables, etc. All those are comes under the examples of consumer goods. So the goods which are used for the production of consumer goods, so means the capital goods include the goods such as machines, tools, etc. So the capital goods are again divided into two types. Number one, single use capital goods. So what are these single use capital goods means? The goods which are used to produce the consumer goods or other goods, and which can be only used for single time. For suppose coal is used for producing the electricity. So here the coal is used for producing of electricity. Can we use coal 2 times or 3 times? We can use coal only single time. So this is the heading. The single use capital goods means the used coal cannot be used again, right? So like this, the goods which are used for the production of other goods and can only be used single time are called as a single use capital goods. And the next one are durable capital goods. What are these durable capital goods means? So durable capital goods means the goods which are used to produce another goods, and the life of the goods which are used to produce another goods will be for a long period of time. For suppose take machines. Machines are used for production of so many goods, right? Can we use machines for only single time? No. Why? The machines have so much the machines give work for a long period of time, but after like 10 years or 15 years. So these are the durable goods. If there are also repairs for the durable goods, but the repairs will be also for a long period. So like this is the capital goods and the differences between the single use capital goods and durable capital goods. So friends, this is about a small revision for introduction and consumer behavior lessons of economics junior intermediate. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel for some more interesting videos, and please hit the bell button.